A Disney World vacation is something that many people look forward to, but sometimes they question if the time is right. Every year, the answer changes slightly because the parks are constantly changing, and 2022 is no different. We are seeing many new things come to the parks this year, some popular and some unpopular, and it is up to you to decide if it is worth it or not to take a vacation in Walt Disney World. I am Insider Reports, and I'm here to provide you with the information about what's happening in the parks in 2022. Let's get into it. Most notably, the 50th anniversary celebration festivities will continue because Disney has stated that the 50th celebration will last a whopping 18 months, making the celebration last until April 2023. Disney has shared that they will be bringing in new experiences throughout the 50th to continue to entice people to come to the parks. With that said, many of the projects were delayed, like the new Guardians of the Galaxy roller coaster in Epcot, which is currently scheduled to reopen in summer 2022, as well as TRON, which is another highly anticipated roller coaster that is slated to open in 2022, but there is no official opening date for either of these attractions. Disney's Galactic Star Cruiser will also open on March 1st of this year, but seeing as it is such a luxury experience that not many people will elect to do, and Disney is trying to push it as a completely separate experience and not an additional one, I'm not going to cover it in this video. In 2022, we are also seeing prices increase across the board, most notably at food locations. Food throughout the parks has increased for reasons that Disney has not touched on in great detail, but they have discussed the impact of supply chains on their restaurants. Because of supply chain issues, beef has been increasingly hard to come by, and the demand has not shrunk. Disney has also publicly stated that they will be making their portion sizes smaller across the parks to compensate for supply chain problems while continuing to increase the prices of the food in the parks. The price increase is subject to change and will likely vary depending on the specific food item at the specific location. Speaking of food, Disney has announced that one restaurant is scheduled to open in 2022, Connections Cafe, which is likely to be at the former location of the Electric Umbrella. There has not been a menu released to this date, but it can be safe to assume that it will be standard theme park food. Ticket prices have also gone up between 2021 and 2022, and there are more additional costs for those who want to experience more of the magic. For example, the after-hours events are shorter by roughly 2 hours and are more expensive than they were in 2019. The price difference varied in 2021 by the day, but with that said, the price increase varied from about $60 to $120 per ticket. Among the more popular announcements Disney has made, various fan-favorite attractions will return this year as well. At D23, Fantasmic and the Festival of Fantasy Parade were both announced to return this year, but there has not been an official date announcement for their return yet. Guests have greatly missed those pieces of entertainment in the parks, so the announcement of their return made many people very happy. The Magical Express also got discontinued at the start of 2022, and a new charter service known as Mears Connect took its place. The Magical Express was never fully run by Disney because they were Mears buses run by Mears crews, so the only difference now is that the service will not be Disney branded, and also Mears Connect will not be complimentary. With that change, guests will now have to be responsible for their luggage transportation from home to their resort. Some guests have taken this opportunity to neglect the Disney branded resorts as a whole, thereby renting a car, getting a hotel at a much cheaper resort, and exploring other parts of Orlando in addition to their Disney vacation. Possibly the most significant change to the parks is Genie Plus, and it is complicated on purpose. It is frustrating to use, and it is a very good moneymaker for Disney. The service essentially replaced FastPass Plus and put the old FastPass Plus system behind a $15 paywall plus additional charges for some select attractions. So in essence, if costs are a concern for you, the prices are only going to keep going up. But logistically, there is not as much to experience in the parks as there has been in the past, unless you're willing to pay more. Disney has announced more attractions and experiences, but there has not been any official opening date for many of these experiences, and as of recently, Disney has been notorious for delaying the opening or reopening of experiences. Overall, the parks have lost more than they have gotten back recently, but that trend could begin to shift as we move further into 2022. Those are the highlights of the recent changes in the parks. I am Insider Reports, and I'll see you real soon.